All right, so in this one, we definitely have a game going on. Um, we're seeing that 30 minutes so far, and just trying to run that volume there. Yeah, this one definitely not as we expected so far. 2-1. The game going pretty good. Caledonia making a run of it. Defense Force up two. Um, that goal, I don't know. The first one that Caledonia gave away because of a silly back pass, but the goal that Arthur scored was pretty good. Bryce, I don't know what Bryce was doing there. Bryce shouldn't have even been in that position. Let your defenders do their job. You run out and run to the near post, and Arthur have a bouncing ball, so he put it over him, and that bring Caledonia back into the game. Yeah. I realize Caledonia goal. That was the better of the two, and that was just after the commentator talking about Bryce being the second choice keeper, and to look like that was kind of novice. So you had to be careful. The game obviously would be a little bit edgy. We expect that to be the case. Defense Force coming off two draws, they definitely have something to prove. And well, we see Bongo replacing Brent Sam, and he made a immediate impact. That was like the second or the third minute, and Caledonia taking the time and building the game, building the play, and I'm really happy that they scored. So it's 2-1 right now, and it's still at 20 minutes ago. So let's see how that goes. Caledonia really they're building the football, and you're seeing that. I was watching the game and see a man kick away the ball. I say, what are you really watching here? Now you telling me two goals score. Yeah, yeah. Two goals score. Easy. Caledonia playing football and then get caught. Isaiah Bongo Leacock. He scored, and also well, I guess he assisted Molino because he took a shot and the keeper fumbled it and gave Molino a chance to come into the box and score. Because the defenders was out of place. But so far it's a pretty decent game. I'm expecting probably Defense Force to win because they have a point to prove. They're saying at the start of it that they have 6 points again before they win the league. I was really hoping that, and I'm just gonna be honest, I hope that they drop points again this time. Because if they do drop points, then that would really close the gap a bit more because Central pull off a late win in the previous game. Don't know how many people was watching that game, but Tyrone Charles scored in the 92nd minute and gave Central a 1-0 victory over Club Sando. The old Angus Eve tactics kind of worked against him there because Angus Eve is usually a man who likes to switch up the play and run and score in the end. And that's what he was actually doing. He took off a defender and brought on an attacking player. And unfortunately, guess what? A ball over the top, and Tyrone Charles ran behind Angus Eve's defense and scored. So unfortunate, but it took a book. They took a page from his book. Son, me know why Bongo was even on the bench. No, this is probably um the same reason that he's not on the national team. We've heard that he may have disciplinary issues. Again, I really hope that that is not coming from the national coach that causing him to be on the bench. If he has issues with his club also, then I can understand that he being um, benched due to disciplinary reasons. But other than that, he wasn't injured. He had no other family issues or anything. Yeah. So as you rightfully say, yeah, he seems to have been blacklisted, but you can only blacklist a good player so long. Everybody knows that. When it comes down to it and you're nearly winning the league, nobody gonna let your ego make you lose a league. He didn't play the last two. The draw, Brent Sam started. I mean, upset or not upset, you still want to win a league. You could discipline him after, you could drop him after. And look at this. Look at this. Come on, defense force. I mean, come on, Caledonia. All giving it away, man. And now singing praises, all you could be back in it, but not like that. Definitely not like that. 30th minute, 3-1. Aye. So for this one, I don't know honestly if I have anybody on with me. And Overseen said that he working Princeton and he mightn't be able to make it again. So it might just be me talking through somebody commentary. Um, so if you're on and you have questions or you have comments, continue making them, son. I see you on with me, so definitely appreciate that. Everybody else, Prince, I see that you're on online there. I really wish I'd be on with me so we could have talk, but that's small thing. I understand how it goes sometimes. No, that's actually a very good point, Punel. Um, yeah, and I agree. I agree. But as a brand new coach, talking about Denzel Theobald, if you have a mandate, because your side putting in all the work, because we see the videos on social media, they're working out hard, they're doing all the work. Sometimes you need that star player, and yeah, probably afterwards you had to work it out with the star player and tell him he can't be doing that or something. But I mean, life is life. You want to make it as winners of the league. You want to go out there in the Caribbean Cup and do something. You had a game sorted out. You had to make sure that he correct too. But I don't think benching him and sacrificing the rest of the team in some instances. Maybe he doesn't train well. Could be. Could be. Again, all this is just speculation because when the man on the field, well, we see what going on. Is already 3-1, and he had his hand in. I don't think he had much involvement in the last one, but definitely the first goal he scored, and then he assisted in the second goal. So Caledonia had a good plan and it was looking good. No, now they're looking in shambles. Still fighting, which is good. They hang their head as yet, but they must be thinking about that first time they meet and they get 6-2. Because we even reach half yet and it's already half the score. 3-1. So men who shine in training starting on match day. Yeah, could be. I mean, Brent Sam probably doing all the work. Because that's what we just see. The videos see him working. So the coach probably try him twice. But unfortunately, so you know what? And they know, and we keep talking about it, so everybody realize he was disrespectful to York and the coaching staff. Only a sit down or apology could fix that. Yeah, I mean honestly, he is a very good player, and I can't say much more about him because we see in the quality. We see in the quality every time he on the field. Um, he's a very technically gifted player, but discipline, if that is really the case, as you rightfully say, discipline could be a killer. What is going on with Caledonia right now? And as you know, we kind of struggling a little bit sometimes in the attacking third with the national team. So as you rightfully say, he should be there. He should be in the mixes, no doubt about that. But something is keeping him back right now. Yeah, as you rightfully say, Prince Bongo making it bad for himself. because I can't see that anything but that causing him not to be there. Maybe something that they're working out, and his coach would make a case for him or whatever, and they really seen a difference. Let's hope, because that's the best case scenario. Because we need to see him. We have plenty football coming up. You are the league top scorer, I think still. No Molino scoring some goals, Suba. Either between him or Molino, top goal scorers. So definitely need you. You are the man on top. Forward should be Obiku, Bongo, and Rion. I agree with 2 out of the 3. I like Rion, but sometimes he kind of one-dimensional for me. So I mean, he will have his days and he will have time that he will be required and doing good work. But I think we may have 1 or 2 other players. I just can't remember off the top of my head right now. But Justin Obiku for sure. Bongo, yes. Obviously, if Levi available. Just imagine this man on the team for Unity Cup. Yep. Yeah. But, and that's what I want to know, if when he gets outside there, because I mean, barring a serious injury, once he get the opportunity to shine, he will get a contract somewhere. That won't happen that wouldn't happen with big clubs where they're not gonna understand indiscipline. So he needs to be careful. We agree that he's a good player and we want him to get a contract. But that is the thing, Mendes go outside and all of a sudden they're in line. But in Trinidad, they want to do what you want because you're a national, you're a big player. And in your mind, you're a star in Trinidad. But let me see how it goes. I really wish that he gets a big contract though. All fun and games aside, I hope that he does get a big contract. Yeah, Rihanna is more of a winger. And honestly, the winger position is kind of filled right now. Once Tyree Spicer available, he owned that wing. I see Prince put that Levi could be on the right wing. Yeah. There's somebody else I was thinking about just now who played good on the right recently. Even Kaheem Thomas. Kaheem Thomas looks pretty good on the wing also. Levi on the right is a formation York using won't work. Oh, you find so? Levi? So much on the left foot? Um, he could cut in. He like to. Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't I wouldn't document that Rion play as a striker for Pacific. That is, he didn't look good at all. He was there. He got the experience. He went out. He get the cold feelings. So he could say that he have some international game, but anybody who really pay attention to what took place, he was kind of he was just there, kind of making up numbers. Thomas on his way out of the Kaim Thomas. I hope so. I hope so. Now you see Mendes be saying things and we know I personally don't know, but if you know, then cool. Spice on the left, Justin Obiku and Levi right. That's a solid up front. If that is the case, perfect. Beat his man and boom ball in. Levi would cut back on the left. Now think about how Spicer play on the left. He beat his man and right, true. Levi would cut back. You really feel so, boy? I mean, I would like to dog Levi because I find he is getting too much knock already. And I find I've seen him play just do it with both feet, and he's looked good. And but I mean, honestly, if you're on the right and he cutting in, he'll have a better opportunity to play the left foot, which I agree with you. If defense force perform in CONCACAF, yes, and that's what we all looking for. At the end of the day, you want your fellow Trinidadians, your Trinbagonians to really make it because yes, this is healthy football that we're watching here, good competition, but men are getting money too, and the money is really the outside. So this is definitely a good platform. The field looks good, the football looks good, but really and truly, this should definitely be a stepping stone. Men should never settle for this and say, "Yeah, boy, we make it." And unfortunately, I see some of these players thinking that there's the end of it for them, which is very unfortunate, if we be honest. Look how Cavaliers bring Messi. Yeah, well, they only get to bring him because obviously they win and they had to play championship. That if that happened in Trinidad, yeah, I mean that's I try to explain it because Cavaliers didn't really go and net Messi and bring him. Messi had to come because that is how the play is. So they may really bring him. But I understand what you say though. I mean you understand too. Caledonia boy, I really was expecting only to give a better showing in this first half, but come on, you can't give away the ball there. What are you doing this to all yourselves, boy? Hey, but we really had to big up Wave TV because the quality getting better. The commentary not so 100 as yet, but they'll get that sorted out eventually. But I see the numbers growing, which means the football word being spread out there, and that's good. Seeing the crowds, well, at least online, the crowds looking like it improving. The online amounts improving too. How is it Trinidad? How is the Trinidad League now? Is it getting close to? I will be honest with you, Sham. It is improving, definitely improving. I still think Trinidad football is a little better and hear me. I think it's better because we play a little more technical. When you watch Jamaican football is a bit rough, obviously, because that's just the nature of their football, and is more bully ball, running into people a little bit more. Which I guess, hey, if it's high press and high pressure football, that would happen. But our football is a little more sitting back. Oh, come on, guys. Ay, ay, ay. Four in the first half. All right, defense force, you all back. Um, yeah. So in that regard, I think the football looks a little better for Trinidad than if you're watching no JPL second best league in the Caribbean after Dominican Republic. Right. Okay, look, I'm on to Jamaica is referred to their league as a bush league. And I was trying to talk around it. Their football is a lot more physical and a lot more bully than the football we try to play. Now agreed, their football level seems to be higher because they get results, they play in bigger tournaments and that kind of thing. So their style is working for them. But I would always watch their games, and there's fear of injury in every game. Trinidad football, it's not that bad. You might see somebody clash with somebody and be like, "Whoo, way." But when you're watching Jamaican football, you definitely feel somebody gonna break the leg every game. I don't want to say that is the quality of football we should be looking towards, but that is the football that gained the results in the Caribbean. I can't believe Caledonia down 4 in the first half, boy. What's the point in watching this? I honestly thought Caledonia would have be closer than that, yes. Even at 2-1, in my mind I was thinking, alright, cool. They could pull off something. Alright, so Sonny, say that for the second time. Is there something that you know that we don't know for sure? Because I agree with you. I hope it is. But if you know something, I mean, you're probably not allowed to say it if you know. But that is definitely good news. That is good news for sure. Hey, I should probably get back to Sham. Let me see Sham's comment. Sham, what I would say is that the Jamaican league right now is more advertised or is more seen, I guess, if that is the right word. Yeah, Clinton. Yeah, because I can't believe. I tell you, I didn't even realize it's only halftime because this game could end up 10 easy, boy. Bongo and them just gonna destroy these people again. Um, yeah, getting back to Sham. Yes, Jamaican football is more advertised. They do more in terms of the structure of the football, and they may have more eyes on them because they market themselves as a bigger league. We have that potential too to get there eventually, but I don't know. I don't know. Vaseem did have clip on about some of the improprieties that happening in the football. I really hope that that is not the case, but it seems like they have some stories going on behind the football that even at this early stage, if it allowed to go forward, could mess us up. I really hope that is not the case because our football needs to grow. I won't want kind of money, or I wonder what kind of money is in the JPL. I know Mount Pleasant is rich, but other teams attracting Caribbean. Um, I saw that the clubs partnering with no, I think they're national team. Sorry, I think that's the national team partnering with Round Hill to really put the football out there a little bit more. So I don't know. I don't know what the club's situation is like in terms of their money, but they get in players, they bring in players, and the good thing is, you see, Jamaica know what they're about. They from their head down, they say that hey, we want this to be a developmental league. They know that if they get players out, Mount Pleasant has a partnership. All right, exactly. They know that the more players they get out, they would get money. Hey, Oran, how are you doing? And the more money that they get, obviously, they could put back into their football by bringing more players, getting better facilities, getting better structure. Shama. But if you look at the top teams in Jamaica, Mount Pleasant, Mobe, Arnett, Cavalier. Yeah. Again, good teams. Those are good teams. But 4 teams doesn't make up the entire league, right? Their league is how much? 12 or 14? And watching some of the lower tier games, you really don't want to see it. I have looked, I'm like, nah, I don't want to watch this trash. Cavalier, half of their team non-Jamaican. It shows how attractive the league is. Yeah, Everybody knows that that is a stepping stone. And again, rightfully or not, they know that that is where you have to go to get the eyes to see you because the eyes looking at that league. Trinidad have that idea, but I don't know if they actually, sorry, I know we're not there as yet. It could possibly happen someday, and that would be amazing. I see Caledonia sign a Brazilian. They have two players from Brazil, and I saw an article about it when they did it last year. The amount of bashing these these two Brazilians get for being on the team. I really don't know what quality Brazilian players they are. We ain't really see we ain't really see the quality as yet. If you're down 4-1 and one of your defenders is the Brazilian and one of your midfielders is the Brazilian. So Mount Pleasant and MBU are financially stable, but it's going to be hard for the rest of the teams to compete. But hey, well, we don't know. I can't say for sure, but I really hope that they continue and that everybody gets the support that they need because I don't know that much about the Jamaican league, if I be quite honest. I know about the top three or the top four teams, but I don't know what's going on with the rest of them. But as a person who like to follow football, I wish that they do get the support because that's the only way the Caribbean will grow, right? You know what teams just dropping out because they can't survive it. I did see a video on that Prince Cavalier did get money for winning the Caribbean Cup. So um and also their coach said that you usually get money just for reaching that stage. So everybody trying to reach that stage too. I don't know exactly how much. Obviously nobody would talk that talk, but there's definitely something in it for the players. Well, for the team. I don't know if it's trickling down to the players, but it's something in it for the team to get there, which is probably even a reason why there could be pressure to tell Denzel Theobald play bongo because Speed said 700. Yeah, but is that per team? I highly doubt. I think that is to share up with everybody who gets in, right? That's 700,000 US. 'Cause obviously, I can't be for one team. So that's for everybody to get a piece of the pie. I don't know how it's split. So, oh, the winner. All right, all right, all right. Good man. Real good. So yeah, we hope Defense Force get a piece of the pie. Let me be real. How far you honestly think Defense Force gonna make it in this? Because Veer has a Trinidadian on their team as well. Veer as a team is horrible, but have very good players. Right, I know who you're talking about. Is it Wu Ling Boy? I think Butler owns and part own and gets contracts. I think yeah, I think it's Wu Ling. I think they get relegated, so I didn't even know Jamaica have a tier two, but I guess that is where they will be playing now, right? Prince, if you're making semifinals, I with you, and I always like the fact that you're optimistic. I'm optimistic too. Whether it's right, whether it's true. Again, once we get the right players, if Bongo plays, I think we have a better chance, obviously, than if Sam play. No disrespect to Brent Sam, but I know he has a place in football. Just don't know where his place is as yet. But hopefully he finds his place. Um when second half start back, I'm going to cut the live so we could get back into the second half. And honestly, I don't know why, but 4-1 in a boy. These fellas, I had real hopes for them because I was thinking, here what I was thinking, right? Yeah, get one national team, right? Get out of the mind. Focus on what we're dealing with here. So even with what we're dealing with here, I was hoping Caledonia would hold them to another draw. And right now, or before today started, there was a 10-point difference between first and second on the chart. Central would have had to win, which they did. So they move up. I was hoping Caledonia could hold Defense Force, make it a little bit tighter, and they drop 2 points, so it'll be 8. And guess who playing next week? Next week is Central and Defense Force. And imagine if they had how many games left in the season? I think it's like 5 more games after this week. Because I kind of think Defense Force thought that they running away with it. And I don't want to say that they pull up the handbrakes and started playing easy, but I want to say that teams stepped up and exposed the weakness. So I was hoping that they would continue on that vein and give Central a chance to reach close to them, even if it's just for to make the thing exciting. But next week game, no matter what, I think would still be a pretty good game because it's first and second, obviously. Top top tier football. So I was just hoping would have a little more pressure added to it. That was my only hope. But Caledonia do seem to be able to give them that level of pressure as yet. So we still have a second half and I'm not fighting defense force, but I'm hoping Caledonia could make the game interesting. Score 2 early ones, make it 4-3. Let me see how they deal with the pressure because we know Denzel Theobald very animated. Rushford, yeah. Yeah, he played for Central. I think he got a yellow card. I don't know how many people watched the game, the first game, but that referee, she just allow anything to happen on the field. You had to literally pull down a player for her then to even call a foul. If somebody riding your back, you as a player had to work it out because she not helping you in any way. But I guess each referee have their the way that they play, right? Sham, you said the JPL has a quota for each team can sign 5 foreign players. Oh, okay, okay, nice. And even that some English teams use that concept and all too to give foreign players exposure in the JPL. Obviously, that may raise the league standard. It, I don't know if that will work for us as now, but I know there are some clubs that bringing in players. Obviously, Caledonia is one. I guess they ain't really gelling as they should as yet. But I don't know if we have a quota. I'm really not sure with our league as to how many you could bring in, how often, that kind of thing. And defense force cannot sign foreign players. Okay, is that all right? Well, I mean, I guess defense force is your army, right? So you want to bring foreign players, or I guess, yeah, I guess I can understand that. Doesn't Mount Pleasant have more than 5? I don't know. I really ain't sure. I know we have a player there, which is oh, again, I heard that somebody mentioned that before. I'm sure I heard it from a commentator or something, but I don't know. I really haven't paid attention or read any document that it says that or anything, so I don't know. But I mean, if defense was running away with the league right now, do they need foreign players? They have a nice system, which I'm hoping at some point they get to other people and all too. Mount Pleasant is a dirty club. Them you they used to bench Natty. That is true. I don't know why he used to be on the bench so much, and I don't know. Um, if there was something in the background that hey, the man looked good for the national team and he may have done something against Jamaica and they play him like that. Not sure because that is what happened with Alvin Jones, if you remember. Alvin Jones after he knocked out, well, not knocked out, but they weren't able to get into the World Cup, the US uh, club in the US quickly snatched him up, and then he never really saw his way after that in the on the major club level. Mount Pleasant has four senior players and their other. Oh, okay. That's how they um. That's how they probably work it, I guess. Have some as senior players and some as academy players. And that covers it. Natty wasn't impressive in the games I saw him play for them. Yeah, because they was playing him in the wrong position. If you ever remember where they used to play him, they used to play him almost like a midfielder, a deep midfielder. I almost thought he was a six. He used to look like they working him like a box to box. He had to pick up the ball from the back and bring it forward, which we know he could do in some instances because he's done that for Trinidad, but that is not his natural playing position. And again, that league is not an easy league because we used to see him getting bullied. I used to be worried for Kylie all the time because I was like, Lord, please don't let nobody break this youth man leg. But that's just how it goes. We no. The man talking the truth. The man talking the truth. I honestly had to respect him for talking the truth there. He didn't look good. I could agree with that. But I will say that I think they was playing him in the wrong positions. And that is why he didn't look good. Alright, so as the second half start and and why Kylie not on the national boy, you and I asking the same questions. No, I've seen what we have all seen what Tyree Spicer has been doing. And Tyree Spicer is I guess MLS is yeah, ask your kind to be so ask me start that question. But MLS is considered higher than where he playing right now. So in that regard, if you're a new coach, you'd bring the player that you consider at the higher level, right? So that's the only thing I could say that your Latters could be using in that regard to not have him on the team. James didn't take his chances. He lost his spot to two academy players, the young Haitian. Natty played right wing, the attacking. Nah, he did that for some, but I find really and truly, yeah, to me, they look like they play him wrong. That's just my opinion. That's just my personal opinion on that. Honestly, I'm glad he's out. When I saw he and Kylie, you remember in the earlies when they had the whole press conference or they had the whole talk about, yeah, these two young players getting international contracts. I was like, yes, they're going at least USL or might have be higher. And then I heard they're going to JPL. I'm like, what? But I was like, they know what they're doing. They're looking for the European opportunities, which comes from the JPL because JPL recently, at that time, had moved at least one or two players into Europe. But in hindsight, it really looked like it wasn't the best opportunity for them. Kylie's still there. He's still doing pretty okay with a better club now. And I'm still waiting for him to move because I don't think he gained full potential. Natty and Gill went on trial at yes, yeah. They went on trial in Belgium, and that's because Sheldon Batu was there. And I guess, and that's a point I always like to bring up. Our senior players should really be looking out for younger players. So I agree that that was a good try because Sheldon Batu would have called for them too. I agree, and I like that Noah Powder did it for Gil. That's how Gil got in. Andrew Raymond did it. No, was it the other way around? Daniel Phillips did it for Andre Raymond, and that's how it's supposed to go. Pernell Williams, I spoke to James several times about improving his. we. All right, all right, all right. But I think, well, now he with Portland, so he had his first game, and I think he got 20 minutes, and by all accounts, yeah, Andre. Well, yes, yeah. I will leave it at that. Andre didn't take full advantage of his opportunity. Now he playing in Scottish Division Two, and I think he's doing pretty well there based on what we hear and what we see. He's getting good game time and he doing well there, so he will catch his length and work his way back up. Yeah, let me go back to Nathaniel James. Yeah, he at Portland, and I think he will do really well there because it's our fellow Trinidadian there too, so he might be feeling comfortable and he will express himself. He'll be there next season as well. Oh, wow, no, I didn't pay attention to that. Johnson get relegated also. Or they're getting relegated. Well, I ain't following up on Scottish, so I don't know how far they in the league, who and what standings. Moby has 4 trainees. Four? I know Josiah Trimmingham, I know Shea Benny, and I know Daniel Hospitalis. Who's the fourth? Yeah, Noah gave Gil a career. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, good. NL, the keeper. Yeah, boy. I really slept in tonight, you know. Was it them? It's after 9. I feeling 5 minutes. I finish this live, yes, because like I fallen asleep on myself, boy. You and me, Prince, we just talk about NL being a solid keeper for us. I completely forget that the man playing in Mobe, you know. Yeah, 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 yeah. They actually have wait, Brito? Who Brito? 5? Who's that one? Jorel Brito playing in Mobe? Sham, I don't know if I don't know. I didn't know that. Look, I even start back following the game, yes. Alright, still 4-1. And that game gonna done. Also, it's 5 of them across there. Interesting. I thought it was well, I thought it was 3 and I was reminded it's 4 because of the keeper. But now you saying it's 5. Cool. I'm only following the leagues because of and that is exactly why I do with most of our players. Mobe not going to CONCACAF. They will play CFU. No man. No in the second right now. And top 2 just go through. Actually, I was talking to Josiah Trimmingham the other day, and he was explaining it to me. And I think they're supposed to go to CONCACAF, though, if I'm not mistaken. No, well, up to yesterday they were second. Um, and I think their next game, because I spoke to him, he said their next game is Sunday against Cavaliers. So yeah, right now they're second. Somebody right behind them. I can't remember exactly who, but somebody right behind them. God push way boy. What are you doing here? Only one, two, Fellas only had to fight them, because it's only down, only had to push. Yeah, the top two, as you rightfully say, the top two going through, and I think they who Shea Benny, yeah, Shea Benny going across there, and he playing. So the four of them that I know is Josiah Trimmingham, Daniel Hospitalis, what the hell going on? Shea Benny, and well, the fourth is NL, which is the goalkeeper. And well, Sham saying it have a fifth, which I'm not sure if he's saying Jarrell Brito, but I haven't heard from him about him in a long time, so could be. Arnett Gardens, 2 points behind. Yeah, I know somebody. I was going and saying Arnett, but I really wasn't sure. Yeah, it's Trimmingham, Hospitalis, Shea Benny, and NL, the goalkeeper. That's the four that I know. Yes, and I talked to him, and while I was talking to him, I was checking it because I was like, "You sure you know what you're saying, boy?" He said, "Yeah, they still trying to hold on to Brito. He is a centre back." No, I had to follow up on that. After this, I'll have some research to do, which is good. I always like to follow up and know where our players are, and it's kind of strange that I didn't realize that. But yeah, definitely, if that is the case, then that is good. There's another player outside there who gain gain eyes on him. Hey, if these people score again, I taking off this game. Look at that. When last a local club win CFU Cup or Caribbean, and it and players both. Mm-hmm. Yeah, as I say, it looked like the style of football that working in the Caribbean is that bully style because that's what Jamaica play. We like the more, I don't want to say flair football, but our football not as hard and not as intense. Defense force, yeah. Look like they're back to the winning ways, and once they're back to the winning ways and they're rolling with the confidence, then I think they'll do well. They will do well. And as you say, Prince, I feel we'll come out the group, whoever our group is, because all fun and games aside, yeah, when we're watching, once he's a centre back, he talking about Jordan Brito. Jordan Brito. I had to go and check who that person is. That name not ringing a bell to me. Yeah, Prince. So I was saying, yeah, we talk about the league, we talk about the players, but obviously once we players outside there and doing it against another club or another nation, we back in with team full 100. So yeah, we giving defense force a little old talk now because we want to see how they're operating under pressure. But once they're outside there, defense force full 100, gain all my support. CONCACAF is where the football at. Our leagues don't run around the time when CFU come around. Our teams, well, maybe they would do something about that. Mount Pleasant and Moby playing technical football, nice. Yeah, that was it. At least the top four teams, Mount Pleasant, Moby, Arnett, and Cavalier, basically they play pretty okay football. But some of the lower teams, when you see those games, that is where I get frightened because I mean that is the teams they're playing against, and that is the teams that come in real hard at them. And watching Trinidad players getting rough up and watching Jamaican players getting rough up, hmm. And they came Sebao, and they came out boy. They do pretty good. I think they were in the semis. Cavaliers beat them or something, and that's why they didn't make the finals, right? Wait, I know I'm staying. I know I'm straying, right? But La Hoqueta, boy, run up, yeah, correct. Run up. That's what I was thinking. La Hoqueta is, I honestly had to say, the most inconsistent team that we have in this league. They could play good when they want to. They could get a result, and then at some days they just don't show up at all. And when they don't show up, that is get licks. You can't tell me week before you draw 2-2 against Defense Force. They made tactical changes. Isaiah Lee, who was playing on top, they brought on another striker. He fell back into the middle, full up the hole, start playing more physical, and expose Defense Force. And then the following week, he'll come to get like 4-2. Oh, don't say that now, man. Don't say that Isaiah Lee needs to leave. When you say that, you mean explain what you mean there, because I don't want to um jump ahead of our conversation. Oh yeah, that is who Cavaliers had beat in the final. Yes, I know Cavaliers beat somebody. I know they play them. I just didn't know. I can remember it was in the finals. Oh, okay, nice. He needs a better team, and I agree. I agree because I wouldn't sit down here and bash Isaiah Lee because he is a solid player. He's a good player. He is our Inzaghi, if you want to say, because put the ball in the box, he could find it. He could find it. He wouldn't score all the time, but he could find it and he could do something with it. He's not the player to fall back and make the plays and then run forward. He's not Levi. But if he in the box and he gain the service, he could do something. So I agree. I agree with that. He'll be the starting striker for a while. For him to be the starting striker, I agree, but he needs a good support system around him. He needs a Nathaniel Garcia to run and give him the ball. He needs a Spicer or Anna Levi or hell, even Ryan Telfer to be working on the wings to give him that support, to give him the ball. And Telfer like that kind of football. So, as I say, the right players around him and he will do well. Let me tell you who have to leave our local. All right. Let me tell you who have to leave our local league. Thomas, Kaim, Bongo, right? Lee, Isaiah Garcia. So it's 4 players you call from defense force. So that means defense force have no team next year then. Unless actually no, I can't say that because they tearing it up in tier 2 right now. So I'm sure some of the players from tier 2 could make it could come forward and all too. So yeah, fair. I agree with that. I agree with that. Another player York likes is it 10 for Caledonia, Jarrell Arter. Oh yeah. He's the guy who scored the goal in this mauling that they get in here. But yeah, he he good, but again, he's not on a good team. That's what I would say, right? What is your opinion of Trimmingham for the national team? No, I don't know who Sham is. I know Sham know plenty about Jamaica, so I don't want to share too much of my thoughts on the national team. Nah, just playing. Um, honestly, I think he is solid. I think there's a role for him. I don't think he is our out and out centre back because some of his game time a bit slow, and he likes that kind of slow pace game, and that works sometimes because he's a big body person, and I could understand if you're a big body, I do expect you to be nimble. But if we ever have to play a game, and I just using the most extreme example, if ever Messi have to run at him, he will never find his way. I know, yeah, you go say Messi, nobody is finding a way, but true. If there's a small, quick player, I think he will struggle. And my concern is be teams like El Salvador, Guatemala, them Central American teams. They just only have short, quick men. So I think um that may pressure him a bit. Right. Look, Purnell put the right information here. Definitely Anthony Hubert and Leland Archer need to be on our national team for sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. Um Only can't even, oh man, part true ball self, boy. Yes, so as I say, he has his place on the team for whichever games we play in. But I like Anthony Hubert and Leland Archer to be starting on our team for sure. And I mean, I know Trimingham, and we talk a lot, so no disrespect to him, and he would know that what I'm saying is just my opinion, and no two ways about it. Yo, they making money, which is important, right? Yo, they're doing his thing. Yeah, this football ain't going nowhere. Marvin Phillips starting keeper. Hold on, what are you speaking about? Because you cannot be speaking about my national team. And you can't be speaking that, especially, do not, oh my word. Caledonia only looking for 6, boy. Yeah, this Marvin Phillips starting keeper thing. I'm not sure where the conversation going with that, but I'm not gonna entertain that conversation at no point right now. Marvin Phillips is good. Marvin Phillips had his time. We playing Ghana most likely, correct? Because yeah, you and I thinking the same thing. The final, by the way, kudos versus Trimming. Exactly, exactly. What are your thoughts on the Unity Cup next month? This man just come here to pick my mouth too. I think we will win. I think I want Jamaica to bring a full strength team, and I am hoping by then we have some additional players too. But I want us to have a solid game against a full strength Jamaica. Yeah, I realize that. I realize that. Yeah, I pick up that Purnell. This man out here, just taking notes with the JFF. A small thing. A small thing. We will live with it. But yeah, I really hope that Trinidad and Jamaica game we get a good run because that is the start of I guess what's the words I'm looking for? That is the start of some serious games for us, Gold Cup, World Cup, qualifiers, that kind of thing. So we need a good hard run out. I know we play local based teams twice, and that might give us a little thought that hey, yeah, we're doing good, but really and truly, let we get a full strength team and let we see where we really at. I really hope we start doing some work soon, bringing in foreign players, start getting people to gel. But that's just my thought, and I just waiting to see that Jamaica won't have their full strength team They unleash a few. Okay, okay. Well, I can't speak for Jamaica. I hope they bring a good team. Um, but if we get a sub-strength team, then definitely we gonna play hard because we want to play Nigeria. Honestly, we want to play Nigeria because that's a solid test and all. And Marvin, Phil, bring back Woodley and Angus. Come, Prince. I tired and you just you're killing me with this nonsense. Showtime and Angus, boy. There's a defender in Switzerland, Daniel Dunan, that's eligible. Dinoon, sorry. Daniel Dinoon, that's eligible for us. Heard of him? I have not, but now as you give me that name, I definitely gonna check and see who it is. Is he actually eligible for us as our law stands right now? Because well, you know how that is go if his grandmother, if his some other family, our law not suited for that right now. And they're saying after election. Sound like real. Yeah. Um I listened to the interview with Rio Cardines, and he's a man who only cards close to his chest. He was asked a specific question and he talked all the way around it. So I really hope we see him soon. Wait, why are we saying to forget Darren Payne? Darren Payne has to be on our team, sir. Okay. Daniel Dinoon. I okay, I'll definitely look up that person. All right. 70 minutes and the score has not changed. Is it that they let off the gas or they're just working the field? All right, I'm gonna take in the last 20 minutes in this. No, I say forget the local players. Oh, all right, cool. I hear you. Nobody player he talking about. He says he plays in Zurich. He's 21 or 22. I'm gonna check that player now. Well, let me not say no. As we finish this live and I watch out the end of this game, I'm gonna look up this player. All right. So I think we had a nice little chat, a nice little conversation. Was trying to follow the game, but definitely the conversation went otherwise, which is fine because this game we wouldn't have had our conversation on this game at all. So thanks for the chat. We'll definitely do it again. I think this could be at least a once a week or once every other week where we get together and talk about one of the games and if the conversation needs to go a little bit further. But I appreciate this. I am going to watch all the rest of this and go and look up Daniel Dinoon. So I hope everybody have a good night and thank you all for being on with me, all the fellas here. And I know Sham get some good information, so he's gonna carry that back to the JFF and they're gonna come up with a plan for us for next month. But good talking with you all and see you all soon, man. Have a good evening.